Hello to everyone who is watching or listening to this. I'm Dr. Jill Carroll, and I had the immense fortune and pleasure to meet Mr. Fethullah Gülen a number of years ago when I was writing a book about his ideas. And I had questions, I had so many questions for him. And I wanted to take his ideas and compare them with ideas of other great thinkers across time and across cultures. And I in reading his work, I felt like I wanted to be sure I understood some things, before I wrote a book about it. And so I had an evening meal with him and a breakfast with him. And as I and the colleagues who brought me there were traveling in from the airport that night, the first night, it was raining and storming, and it took much, much longer than we thought to get there. And he stayed up and he waited for us, and we had a wonderful meal. And he was so responsive to my questions, and he wasn't dismissive, nothing. He was so responsive, and it helped me so much to be able to ask him directly, And then the next morning we had another breakfast together, and he just was so gracious and so generous. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for his generosity. And encountering the people of the Hizmet movement has been one of the most impactful events of my life. For a number of years, just before and after the book, I spent a lot of time with a lot of you in the Hizmet community, visiting schools, traveling all over the United States, all over other countries as the book came into new languages and new cultures, going and speaking. And I met so many of you, and I saw with my own eyes the incredible work that you do in the world. All the different schools and the civic institutions and all the ways in which you work day in and day out to bring us together, to find bridges of connection, to find common ground. And it was important work to do then. This was in 2004, 5, 6, 8, 10, somewhere around in there. It's even more important work to do now. We need the bridging and the connecting, all of it that we can muster now. And I know that the community is doing that. I know that you're always doing it. Even when you yourselves are suffering under some kind of social or political stress or pressure, I know that that's your commitment. And I know it because that's what he taught you, and that's what he taught me, and that's what he's taught all of us. And that legacy will live on for generations. And the impact will be felt for generations. So I extend my deep condolences for the loss of him. The loss and the grief and the sorrow will be for a time. It's so hard to lose him. And his ideas are as fresh and as powerful as they've ever been. And they live on in your heart and in my heart and in the hearts of all of us who've encountered him. So I know that through that, through our actions of his ideas, he will live on forever. I love you all, and I'm so grateful to be a part of your community and to have any kind of connection at all with you. I wish for peace in your hearts for all of you.